taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? Show the work to God, go artist, aka LB, aka Lotta Del Boss. Monday night boxing talk, ringgangradio.com in the building. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house.
Two favorite subjects, Canelo and Inoue.
Yes,
it's like the Libra scale. You know, we got Inoue, we got greatness, then we got midness. So, you know, and we got excuses and we got let's do this. We got run to the smoke and oh my God, please, Benavidez, no. We got one nigga who's a monster and one running from a monster, but let's go.
Yes, sir. Bars, yo. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. Nobody's been. It's a hot week today, pause. Weather-wise, it was great. So I'm in a good mood. I won some money this weekend. So, you know what I'm saying? Come on, come all. We got to talk about Monster and Canelo. So, come in, let Bodega. Let's vibe.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shouts to Gus Skin 70 degree. You know, us East Coast niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's that first 70 degree day. It just hits, man. It just hits your soul. You know what I'm saying? Just makes everything a lot brighter. So I dig what you're saying. So yeah, like, you know, no one's banned from the bodega today, but maybe next weekend, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some violations next weekend. I can feel it in my soul. But yeah, man, like, you know, boxing's about to enter its most prolific stretch of the year for fights. Like, starting from, like, you know, from this past weekend, which was a nice little appetizer, all the way going up into August 3rd, which is, you know, His Excellency's card in Riyadh season in Los Angeles. So, you know, and then, so yeah, like this past weekend, man, you know, Oscar riding the wave of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney had a double header, you know, with the main event of Jose Ramirez versus Rances Barthelemy. And, now, obviously, you know, none of us are fans of Rances Barthelemy, like, at all. Like, you know, you might have heard Shutter Wolf going in on Cuban boxing, or you might have heard me go in on a Barthelemy brother. And it doesn't matter which one. Sometimes I might lump them all together. It's all the same.
Man, fuck all the Barthelemy. Fuck them and their goofy ass haircuts.
Yeah, I'm saying motherfuckers looking like Streets of Rage characters and shit. The fuck, you know. But but you know, I will give Rances some fucking props, you know. And again, you know, because Rances again makes me raise questions on fucking Jose Ramirez. Like, I know Jose, you know, this was supposed to be his jump off for Golden Boy and stuff like that, but the same thing. I don't know what it is with this guy. Like, I know that this guy, I mean, obviously Jose Ramirez, he has to work in order to, you know, in order to really break down his opponents. But in that first half of the fight, though, I just don't know what it is. Either his ring generalship is a little off, or his defense is a little off. But something with that guy, he makes fights a lot harder than he really should be.
He is getting that Oscar Valdez vibe to him now, yeah. Where you would think like he's supposed to kind of bulldoze certain guys, but he doesn't seem to. Like, I don't know if he was a tad slower or what it was, because the offense seemed like it got going in the middle of the fight, but just I don't know. Jose Ramirez is like, he did peak out. Like, I think Hooker is his pinnacle, really.
Yeah, and even that fight was close too. Like, even Hooker was like,
it was. That was a good ass. That would be a fight of the year in a boring year.
Right. Even go back to his fight with Jose Zepeda. It was the same damn thing. Like,
same hard, rough, tough, nip and tuck ass fight.
And then Postal, which he probably should have lost. Like, flat out, he should have lost that fight. Yeah. And then, you know, finally Taylor turns the trick, and actually, you know, Taylor actually almost puts him away in the mid rounds. And then, you know, again, Pedraza, same thing. Richard Comey, same thing. Like, it's just,
I forgot he fought Pedraza. God, that went the distance, right?
Yeah, that went the distance too. Yeah.
Jeez, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
The distance, and he low-key shows struggle in that fight. I was like,
because was that the one where Pedraza came back?
Was that?
Yes.
I'm sorry. That was the one where Pedraza kind of came back toward the end, right?
Yes.
He was kind of putting his foot in his ass.
Yeah.
Oh damn,
yes,
bro! Like,
that was the first. That was the first sign to me that Ramirez was slipping.
Yeah. No, I agree. And then the Comey fight was damn hard. He finally got him out of there at the end.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just
on some barely shit too.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, Oscar gets him a whole gimme, like, okay, look here, bro, like, I'm not trying to tax you, I learned from that O'Hara Davies shit, you know what I'm saying? You got Rances here, he don't be throwing punches like that, just get rid of him before 6, and I'll give you your $1 million, and we can go move somewhere else. Instead, Rances decided, he wanted to fight like it was 2012, lining him up, rocking his ass with left hands, left and right, like,
Dude, like, what is it with this nigga? Yo, he couldn't miss that left hand. He was just throwing them. He was landing them like what's that nigga from them bantamweight days? He was landing the left hand like Joseph Agbeko lands the right hand.
Yeah, and in fact,
just multi varieties, just overhand, straight, under, sideways, like.
Yeah, it's like, and again, his defense couldn't avoid them shits. Like, it was just.
And he was getting hurt by them shits. Like, I mean, I hate the damn beat a dead horse, but it had little Haney Garcia vibes. The way every time he got touched with them lefts, this nigga was.
Yeah, all over the place, especially that third round. That third round.
Oh, like, yeah, that third round.
Jack Reese. Yeah, I think it definitely he blew the knockdown because Ramirez went down from the left hand, but then Barthelemy, though, stupid ass, started, he saw him on the ground and he starts flurrying him like.
Yo, this nigga was throwing like he had finally got the upper hand on his bully.
Yeah.
And he wasn't gonna let that nigga get back up because this nigga was throwing like, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. And funny too, it's like there wasn't a point took, and the knockdown wasn't called. Like one or the other. So
that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird because usually one or the other should have been called. But
nothing happened. Like I thought a point was gonna get there. I thought this nigga might get DQ'd. I was like, yo, what they doing? Like they ain't gonna say nothing. Like is that shit just normal? You knock a nigga down and you just say fuck it. Like usually a nigga throw like maybe one shot, maybe two. This nigga threw like 5.
Yeah, but then also too, I mean, we have to remember though, Rances is kind of dirty too because he was throwing them Cuban low blows like all throughout the night. Like he was, like he was. Yeah, but it also in the fight turned into okay, Ramirez trying to grind him down, pause, and then Barthelemy was timing him with left hands because Barthelemy, he started fading because he didn't have the stamina like he used to. But he was still able to land the left hand. He was still picking them off with left hands, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, it was just a whole bunch of struggle. And I think I even commented, I was like, yo, like Ramirez is disappointing. Like, what are we doing? Seriously. Shout out to Lukey. How do I jump on this? That means I have to give you the link. All right, hold on. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Ramirez like that. It's just like, although Ramirez though at the end, I mean, Ramirez he finally got control of the fight, and more
so because Rances kind of like slowed down, like
yeah. Rances.
It's like it's not like he did something tactical to be like, okay, I'm gonna take control now. Like, no, bro. Like, you was getting your ass whooped, and you kind of had to like.
You got lucky he was 40.
Yeah.
Because like I heard Ryan Garcia was supposed to, in play for Jose Ramirez. I'm like that left, like anybody with the left that's athletic and can last. Yeah, Ramirez got dropped. Did y'all mention that? I feel like Ramirez got dropped and got saved.
He did.
Even he got hit like a bunch of.
The ref just blew all of that up. Just fucking fucked that up.
It kind of evened out because Rances hit him like fucking 3-4 times on the but still he did drop him. You know what I'm saying? And he was hurt.
But that shit was just crazy because I've never. This is why you watch boxing, because it be the fights like this, because we all said it on this fight. We all was like, oh man, that's the main event. Get out of here. Come on, stop. And it's a fight where you saw something unique happen because I've never seen somebody do that before. Drop somebody, they missed the knockdown, but then he throws like 6-punch combination while the dude's on the floor, and the ref don't take a point or do nothing. It's like everybody collectively just forgot it happened. Like, fuck it, we surprised the fight this good.
It kind of negated it, kind of like how Ryan kind of got robbed from the knockdown by getting that point taken in that round.
The referee at least took the point away, he took the point away. The referee's like, okay, look, like one offense counts as the other. Like, so let's just continue the fight, though.
He did, right? He was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, we'll just let that one. We'll just forget about that one, folks. We'll
just let it rock. We'll let it rock.
Like those punches on the ground, you were still hurt from the left, so I don't even think you felt them other shits he threw at you.
It was a little excessive. I was like, what the fuck, Rances?
It was.
but at the same time, you know how he stunned the Turbo Fist, Gary Antoine Russell. He stunned him.
Yeah, I mean that whole shit that went down.
So kind of like Rances. I mean, you could tell he was old, but he was still somewhat a life body in there, I guess. To like 7 rounds.
Damn, his fights have been more entertaining now than in the prime of his career.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, because usually a good Rances fight happens every once in a blue moon. This is just.
I don't know. He fought on 2 blue moons lately. Then.
Yeah, right.
Even the Warriors fight he won against that young dude. That was a decent fight. I mean, for his standards, it wasn't that boring. It was boring.
You got boring. Then you have like Rances Barthelemy Rances Barthelemy. Like, how you could fuck that name up? Like,
yeah, but I will say this, though. If you bet on Ramirez getting him out there between 10 and 12, like, you should be mad because in round 11, though, Rances was getting beaten from pillar to post. Like, he was. Like, I don't know what Jack Reese was waiting for. Like, that motherfucker was just like, show me something, and he'd throw like a hook or a left hand. A left hand that would actually land. And then
but this is the thing. Once he said that and Rances would throw a left or just even feint with the left, Ramirez was super respectful. Ramirez was like, you know what? I don't have to get the knockout. I'm winning. He didn't want to take no chances because that shit was hurting him the whole fight. So he said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because he could have pressed him more.
Yeah, like
I'm glad he didn't press him more. Paul.
Yeah, no, he did. In the final round, he did. Like, I think Ramirez, because even in the final round, Ramirez got hurt by a left hand. So it was just like he was like, oh shit. Like he was engaged, but he didn't want to engage like as he was before because he didn't want to get like lit up again because it's like. I was like, God damn it! Like he made Rances look like this is looking super featherweights again. Like what the fuck? Like what kind of shit is this?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see the. Oh, so finish what you said. I'm sorry.
No, and like I said, this was supposed to be like I said, this was supposed to be a showcase for him, and this is almost like a. Thankfully, I mean Ramirez won the fight clear. Don't get me wrong. But this could have been on some Barboza shit if he wasn't.
Yeah, this was like a gut check fight. Should have been a showcase fight.
Right. But
getting a gut check when you're a former champion is like crazy.
Yeah, a unified champion. But Lukey, I just sent you a link, bro. It's in your inbox. Whenever it's in there.
Salute. What it do, Android? Yeah, the GB, the Golden Boy card surprised me. Some good fights. I didn't get to see the women's fight. What it do, Miss 702? Salute, showing love, much respect.
Yeah. So yeah, I know, and I know Ramirez said he could have done better. Like, I'm sorry, but Ramirez, like your fights are now showing a bad pattern. Like eventually, like someone's gonna break that shit. And it's gonna end up KOing you.
Yeah, because I feel like it's not like he has to have plot armor. But it low-key feel like he need plot armor because it's just.
How come him versus? I mean, I know him and Barboza on Top Rank. It seemed like a no-brainer for them two to fight. You know what I mean? And I know Oscar signed both of them. Why don't they fight? I mean, it's like they're both at one.
I don't know why, bro.
Like why won't they fight each other? I mean, they're not. Are they under the same management? Is Rick Merrigan?
They're not.
Sometimes I just did Barboza beef with somebody behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I mean, Top Rank just didn't want him. Like Top Rank was like, yeah, we're not resigning you. Like you good. Like,
but I'm saying, both of them were on top. Because Top Rank had a high 140 stable, and both of them were. It was lined up for them to fight each other for felt like for a year or two. What I mean?
But I think Top Rank had plans for Ramirez, but Ramirez didn't like who they had in store for him, and Top Rank flat out just didn't want Barboza. Like they was like,
Ramirez is getting picky because he's having too many close fights with niggas he's supposed to be better than. That's what happened with him. So right. Barboza is somebody who he's supposed to be better than, but Barboza's good enough to where, like, you know what, he might pull this off, so fuck it, keep away from him.
He's got more pause, got more juice in him, you know what I mean? He's got a little bit more, life in him, so...
I
feel like the thing, because I know Ramirez had the wedding, he was supposed to fight T.O., he kind of halfway ducked T.O.
He halfway ducked, he ducked that shit.
T.O. Barboza wanted T.O., but, if Barboza had Ramirez's clout, that might have happened, you know what I mean? So it's like...
But he's spoiling on the vine in the meantime, though.
I know Oscar, with the 140, I heard Jose Ramirez was in play with the Ryan Garcia. Don't waste that on that. Just do a Barboza. I mean, that's the main event. Barboza Ramirez. That's a high level.
We see this is the thing I don't get. Like, T.O. showed that he'll fight anybody, but then it's like Barboza's a bigger name than guys like Sandor Martin and. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz about the same level of name, but I'm just saying, like. All these guys, like, damn.
But I mean, Ortiz and Martin at least have performances that kind of like, okay, like, Ortiz pretty much should have beaten Lomachenko, and Martin at least has the Mikey Garcia and has the Mikey Garcia win and shit like that. So whereas Barboza, Alex Saucedo or Mike Alvarado are his best wins as a pro. So
they ain't letting them get a chance though, bro. But now it's taking so long where. It's affecting him now because he's not putting on a performance where you're like, yo, I can't wait to see Barboza fight again, or I think he got next. He could beat this dude or beat that dude. Like,
now with Barboza, fighters that are light hitter than him, they're outboxing his ass, and it's just like, yo, like that's we're not you one punched Mike Alvarado unconscious. Why can't you do the same thing for someone that's lighter than you? So like, what are we doing? But
it's low key gotta be frustrating.
I mean Barboza has to get better and get better quick because you don't want to end up like Ahara Davies. Ahara Davies, I mean, for all I know, he might have been released from his Golden Boy contract, and probably should be, to be honest. Like, but like,
that's the thing. Like, when you spoil on the vine, you always get clipped off the vine at the worst possible moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you get your big fight and get clipped. You get clipped in your biggest moment, like with all the attention's on you. Like, that's Barboza done had the
AKA
biggest undercard placement, and then bam.
AKA Barroso's on O'Hara's Davies. The O'Hara's Davies' first fight in America, UK nigga comes over. I see them on Instagram. I see them like out the hockey game and all this shit. O'Hara Davies come to the first round and get knocked out by a 50-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's shit. Oscar. I mean, like I said, it's good that Oscar's at least getting some named fighters, but he's gonna have to go dig into that matchmaking brain of his or whoever, and just try to make sure try to get something out of them before they start suffering these bad losses.
Yeah, he got to start strategically placing them in bouts with each other, and start building up some other guys. So it's like he could create like some semi-round robins where just because if you lose to Vergil Ortiz or you lose to them. One of the other guys who's trending up where it's not over for you. Like, you can't have everybody on some JoJo Diaz shit where you're just like, okay, I know you'll never be my guy, but I want you to be the guy who fights all my guys. And it's like, nah, you gotta get him his moment too. Like, because it works better if a guy is a former champion at least.
Yeah, and speaking of someone who needs to
be
rebuild, we had the co-main. It wasn't the co-main event, but we have. I gotta mention this first before I go to the co-main. Jojo Diaz and Oscar Duarte. Like, I think now Oscar has a decision to make because I mean, honestly, it's sad the way Jojo Diaz's career kind of went. I mean, he was one of Oscar's prospects, top prospect. He was a contender. He was a champion. Now a jobber to the stars, but now he's, but then Oscar never, Jojo has had a lot of issues. But one thing with Jojo was, with the exception of Zepeda, no one was really putting his foot in his ass like that. Like, it's.
He always could hang in there and be tough and.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, he didn't look that bad against Duarte. It's just.
He's just too small. I mean, he's a skinny fat ass. To take a page out of a WWE CM Punk playbook.
Yeah, like he couldn't like the fat, boxing he was doing was slick. Solid. Like that's the best he's moved in years. But
he's always a slick boxer. Yeah, he's always
the offense just couldn't. The offense wasn't enough. Like it just wasn't.
Duarte's
offending.
Basically, Duarte's too big. Jojo's a small guy. And really, Jojo shouldn't be fighting at above 135. But he's
but if you're a small guy, you got to make up for it with like combinations and good boxing. And he was doing the right things. It just he seemed like he couldn't pull the trigger in certain spots, or he was a tad bit slow.
Yeah, like every time he went out to the ropes, his back touched those ropes. Duarte was lighting him up, and usually, like I said, Jojo takes a good headshot, but Duarte was probably the first person to make him start doing the silly dancing shit. Like that motherfucker, like
But I feel like this too, like this looked like one of those times where Jojo took the conditioning serious, but it seemed like it's almost too late now.
Right.
Because he looked more muscular and fit this time.
Yeah, I mean, he was under 138, which is like, for him. But like I said, his reflexes, I wouldn't say they slowed, but like I said, just someone who's Duarte, who's big and has kind of work rate. Like you have to do more to keep him off you, and just Jojo just didn't have the offense to do it, so he was just getting lit up. But I'm over here thinking, like, if Zepeda, who punches harder than Duarte and more durable, can't drop him, I'm thinking Duarte can't do it either. But like I said, Father Time, when Father Time starts knocking, you just don't know. Like seeing Jojo.
Yeah, but we got to look at this. Duarte probably doesn't stop him if Jojo never fights Zepeda.
True. That's also true.
Like he kind of chipped away. Like, cause remember, and it's not only just Zepeda. Jojo's low key been having tough fights one after the other.
Yeah. I mean,
the Jester fight wasn't no cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, the Haney fight was a hard 8-4. Like, I mean, look.
Yeah,
and he lost to Perez on Thursday. Well, we were doing some kind of casting on Thursday, and he lost to that journeyman Perez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
I mean, so it's like, his best days are past him. I thought it sounded like right after, when he got post-fight interviewed, he didn't mention nothing about retiring. He's like, I'm gonna, come back again, maybe get a soft touch. But it's like, are you still?
Maybe he needs that because. If he's finally taking the conditioning part of his career seriously and he has that down, then maybe he needs to take a softer touch where he could fight in that new frame of mind, that new body, and put his combinations and punches together because like Oscar, that's the thing, these promoters, they gotta have plans to where you could get your guys some wins.
Get somebody,
so you're just not feeding them to the wolves every night.
Get somebody that Jojo can most likely knock out. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody Jojo can most likely knock out that maybe a guy like, Duarte came off like 12 straight KOs before the Ryan loss, which we are going to hype up a little bit with, Ryan didn't stop him. but
it's a great win right now.
But I mean, like Matt, give him a guy, with a decent record that got stopped by Duarte maybe or something like that, give Jojo some confidence if he's going to continue. Because I don't know if he should continue or not. I mean, this guy's lost like 4 or 5 in a row. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I think the Fortuna was the last win he had, ain't he?
No. He had a minor win on, I forgot on whose card.
It was one of those Thursday cards again. Yeah, it was
a Thursday card. Yeah,
that one wasn't a wash. That was like he kind of won that one sort of thing. Like,
he said he kind of won, like that still life or death. Where he's like. Kind of won that.
Paul's not lying. He did kind of win that fight, but he won it. But he kind of won.
It was like by a round. You know what I'm saying? Like an 8 or 2.
Jeez, like this man crawled out the damn ring. Like
Yeah, but yeah, Oscar needs to do something like. I do feel like if we're number one, JoJo needs. Honestly, JoJo truly needs to drop down. Like honestly, he should be at 130. Really, like that's the last division where he actually got a knockout at. Like,
but he can't make the weight. I mean, like Golden Boy's the king of fuck whatever weights. If a title's on the line, I've noticed for the past year or two, when I watch these Golden Boy wins. It started with probably JoJo. Like these niggas do not make weight, right? Like you can go across the list of all these Golden Boy guys that are supposed to be fighting at 135 or 130. They're weighing at 133 or 138, and it's like I swear JoJo has not made the 135 limit. Maybe since Fortuna. Maybe even the Fortuna fight he probably didn't make that weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Fortuna fight was the last fight he actually looked like his talent. He had the
If he can get in between, if he can do 133, because JoJo has enough cachet where he can do the whatever weight, but fight some smaller dudes or something. Fight some.
Yeah, JoJo has skills. JoJo was tough. He has skills though, but it's getting to the point right now. You either got to try to rebuild him with a couple of wins, or you throw him to the wolves, and most likely he actually gets dropped because he still hasn't been.
But he has to keep fighting this way, win or lose, though.
But real quick, in regard to that, we're talking about JoJo a lot, but I want to mention Duarte real quick because. Duarte was on a 10-11 straight KO win streak, albeit against not really names. He gave Ryan a tough fight. Obviously, he got knocked out. And had a, decent win against JoJo. So, would you rather see, because I know he's fighting at a 137-ish, would you rather see him fight a Zepeda at 135 or fight Jose Ramirez? Because, I'm just wondering, I'm trying to matchmake here. So, for Duarte's sake, would he...
Ooh, that's a good little... Both of those are good.
Would be better, trying to get down to 135 to fight Zepeda, because that sounds like a hell of a fight. Or go to 140 and maybe fight a Barboza or Ramirez. I'm just wondering what y'all think for Duarte's sake.
If you're doing a better job than Oscar with these damn Barboza matchups.
All three options for Duarte all hit. They're all intriguing.
Yeah.
I'd
be on board for every single one of those fights.
Yeah, because that guy's gonna bring it. He's the guy that's just gonna bring it.
Oh, let me ask you this then. This is a piggyback off pilot question. Jose Ramirez and Duarte, 140. Who would you pick?
Honestly, I would go with Duarte at this point because Jose Ramirez is too Duarte hits punches incredibly hard.
And in combination.
He's a combination puncher. He has a work rate, whereas Ramirez is not. Ramirez is not a physically talented fighter. He's a solid fighter. He has a little, but he's not physically talented. He's a workman-like fighter. Duarte has tangibles.
And then he's not even one of the best workman-like type fighters either. He's just he's quality, but when I say workman, if we're talking about the upper level of workman-like fighters, he's not seeing a Glenn Johnson. If we're
right, yeah, no, yeah, that's
just to put it out there, there's levels to this,
right?
Even for the workman guys.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. Oscar has a lot of options at 140 right now. He just has to make the right fights. And with JoJo though, he needs to keep JoJo the fuck away from all these 140 pounds. JoJo does not belong there anymore. Let him see if he can get back to 135. Fuck a 130, but let's see if we can do 135 at least. Yeah, 135 or maybe get get him a nutritionist or something like that. But yeah, because like I said, 135 is still there's still some beasts in that division. You don't want I hate to see the dude get end up with a journeyman record.
Well,
he already has 6 losses. So
in regard to the JoJo, because I know JoJo, obviously everybody knows he ducked Floyd Schofield. I don't know why. Maybe he could have won that fight, but Duarte is Duarte too much for Kid Austin right now?
I wouldn't. Schofield showed a lot of defensive liabilities in his last fight. I wouldn't put Schofield.
He plays slow. He's a jab in the body, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah. We did learn from Trayvon Marshall. You don't need to kind of put people in there. You
need to rush it. Yeah. Because Kid Austin's pretty high ranking in a couple of sanctioned bodies, so it's
he is though, but we don't need I think we should let Schofield kind of develop some more because. Like I said, he was getting tagged a little bit too much, even though I know he was excited and shit. But yeah, you can't do that against
we're gonna see Kid Austin in a good fight in his next fight.
No, that Silva fight, I hope not, because I mean I love that fight, but it's too early for both guys. But
no, it's never too early. No,
we need more.
We got to get away from this too early shit because these niggas is taking too long. Like, nah, like if they're ready, they're ready, man.
I assume, and I'd rather see. I want to see Silva. I've been saying I want to see Silva on the on Netflix card, but I'd rather see him,
Now, Scorpio, like I want to see two top black prospects fight. I want to see young. I want to see them like ain't no half stepping. I want to see these niggas fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like someone needs to move up the ladder.
You don't get two black Americans and two black kids fighting like you used to, like them 90s type of days. Like now it's like they want these niggas to be. They want everybody to be their own star and fight you later type shit. Like.
Yeah.
Like, we'll match you up. Like, we'll make you fight all the Europeans in the world, all the Mexicans in the world.
Right.
Stay away from them niggas. Like, damn, but it's like even the niggas is staying away from the niggas.
Right.
And that's the problem. Like, before y'all would just be like, nah, don't have him fighting.
Yeah, because with Silva, I think he's a special talent. I know, he had 10 straight kills. He's had 2 tougher fights where he hasn't. So I would say put him in there with like a Fortuna, let him get a KO on Netflix. But if you want to make a Schofield versus Silva, fuck it, of course I'm down. But all I know is that Kid Silva needs to be on that Jake Paul Netflix card. It's a no-brainer if you want to build somebody.
Well, I mean, of course they all want to be on that card because it's Netflix. I mean, do you know how many people?
Yeah, who don't want, nigga? I want to be on that card. The fuck.
Yeah, that card. I mean, that card is no. I mean, everyone's gonna be. Everyone and their mama's gonna be watching that card because Netflix is quote unquote free in a way. If you pay.
And remember that the last time we had Jake Paul and Tyson on the card, it was low key classic.
It was.
So it's just at least they got that going for them. I know they made the match. It's a real pro fight now. Hey, whatever y'all do, what y'all do. These niggas boxed enough. They can take care of themselves. Like they, and if you can't, it's the game. But fuck it, it's a good look.
Yeah, and then also too, Thomas Dulorme needs to retire. I'm sorry, and fun things too. It was sad though because when I made the bets, it was like plus 460 on the fight going on Vergil Ortiz scoring a KO in 1 through 2. That shit was too fucking easy. Yeah, Dulorme crumbled from the first body shot he took. Yeah. And fun things too, it's like it was the body shot was thrown so swiftly. I was thinking that motherfucker was bullshitting for a minute.
Nah, but you heard how it landed. Like, my goodness, like, and his pain, like the grimace he had, like.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah,
nah, I know Vergil Ortiz is like, y'all niggas ain't letting me get any rounds in.
And truthfully, now I mean, with this win, obviously, he secured the spot with Tim Tszyu on the Riyadh season LA card, and obviously that's a fight of the year on paper. That's probably one of the most anticipated fights of the year. It's gonna
be the best fight that night.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the best fight that night.
That it legit could be its own main event, bro. Like it's literally the best fight on the card. King P is absolutely correct on that.
It's a great fight, but my thing is, in regard to that, Ortiz has fought 2 guys that have not done shit at 154, whereas Tim Tszyu ran the gauntlet, and besides Jermell has the best resume at 154. So I'd really be surprised, and it would show the true, everybody calls this Vergil Ortiz special. This would prove it because at this point in time, I'm confidently picking Tim Tszyu to win that fight. I expect a war.
Confidently? Man, I ain't confidently picking nobody between this shit.
No, it's gonna be a war. Yeah. But I'm saying,
I'm gonna have to think about this one for a minute.
Yeah, but
me personally, I'm going for like, I feel Vergil got this. I think he's just slightly more talented, a harder puncher, better defense.
But is he battle tested, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like I know
he's battle tested.
I know he fought
for that level. Like not recently.
He fought Me Machine at 147. At 154, he fought 2 guys for a span of maybe 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 minute. He fought 2 guys.
Yeah, but he showed enough. He showed enough battle testing in his career. Like y'all the same niggas who was giving props to Crawford for all the shit he did at 140 when he got to 147. So. Let's keep that same spirit with Vergil Ortiz.
I'm worried Ortiz is gonna make because Ortiz has not made the weight. He's fought at 156 both fights, so it's like, is he even gonna make the 154 limit? You know what I'm saying?
That nigga better make the fucking weight.
He better make the motherfucking.
I mean, it's a fight of the year. I'm glad. Shout out to Turkey. I might be called to my excellency pretty soon, but I do want to see Yeah, I mean, I would feel more comfortable picking Ortiz if he fought like a Goucher or something. It's just a step up along the way before because Zeus literally fought naming names here.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Victor Ortiz, he has something different coming from on his side. It's the fresh ripeness and willing to fight right now. Like, you talking about somebody who's had an inconsistent career for like the last year or two, and he's getting that big moment, and you know he's been waiting for a big moment. Like, Zoo already had his big moments. His big moments been going one after the other.
I'm not complaining. I love this. This fight's gonna be
this Zoo big moment too, but this is Vergil's real first big moment.
I feel Ortiz might be like a nicer boxer, but I feel like Zoo's gonna be so mad and just want it back in blood. It might be. It's gonna be a fucking.
Vergil Ortiz gonna be mad.
It's gonna be lit.
And Vergil, I don't think Ortiz would ever run into somebody's fucking elbow.
Yeah, no. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, granted,
Zoo is just like his dad. He be want to get his shots off so bad, he don't really think what's in front of him sometimes.
Yeah, got a little awareness.
I know people are so upset about it's a foul, accidental foul. I'm like, bro, like, let that shit keep going, nigga. He ain't like.
yeah, and like I said, and he got props too, because like I said, he was in his rights to call a no contest and keep his belt, but he was like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna win this fight." And like I said, the punishment he dealt out to Fundora is down to like November because Fundora took such an ass whooping, but he won. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's. But he won.
And he dished it out on Zoo too, though. Like,
yeah,
Zoo took some. Zoo. This was the most we've ever seen Zoo get hit.
Right. You know, yeah. I mean, and because he couldn't see it, he couldn't see the punches. The motherfucker had a whole.
I mean, he had two. Well, he didn't see that elbow either, and his both eyes were fine before that.
Yeah, motherfucker had.
So I mean, if you running into elbows when you got both eyes, I don't know. I mean, who's the nearsighted nigga in this fight?
I mean, motherfucker had a whole half moon and not the Caesar in his fucking head, nigga. Like, that shit was rough. Like, he could.
That nigga looking like he had a whole crescent.
Yeah.
Nigga had an anime logo.
Shit looked like he had a lobotomy or some shit. Like,
look like an unlockable hidden character or some shit.
But shout out to
the moon starts glowing, nigga.
But yo, shout out to him. Still, like I said, that's old school tough though to be bleeding like that and still trying to win though. But yeah.
Gave us a fight of the year, so fuck you.
Yeah, no. And just one more fight just to mention before we go on to the monster card. You know, Esparza and Elanese. You know, Esparza lost her belts on the scale. You know, and like I said, so. But fun thing is too, she was still trying to win the fight against Elanese though. But truthfully, it wasn't as exciting as most Esparza fights. I mean, it was pretty. It was okay.
I didn't.
She looked like she was out of shape as fuck.
I didn't. Her chubby cheek face. Her chubby cheek face. She always looks a little chunky. But I will say I didn't watch. I kind of halfway paid attention, but from what I gathered from it, it was close enough where they were going to give it to the other girl because it's going to set up Gabrielle Fundora. You know what I'm saying? If the Esparza won and she lost the belts, you know, it would have been dispersed. Whereas, what's the girl's name that won?
Elanese.
Yeah, they're easily going to make Gabrielle Fundora for her for I don't know if it's for all the belts, but for unification, which
that's a good fight because both bras they punch like, you know, they throw hands like, you know.
That'll be a co-main, you know, for
Gabriella box, but she loves to punch too. So like, yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. Have I ever seen the girl get 3 straight KOs? You know, and world title level besides Savannah Marshall. I mean, you know, if Gabrielle Fundora gets another KO here, shit, you know, it'd be kind of lit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Gabrielle Fundora, like just like her brother, man, just doesn't understand no defense. Just likes to go in and fight.
She's a better puncher than her brother.
She's overall a little better than her brother. I mean, it is what it is. But she's same.
Yeah, no, she is. You know, she is. You know.
You know what? I think we say that because she doesn't have the overwhelming advantage her brother has with the height.
Mm-hmm.
But she's taller than most of them, you know. But yeah, no, I feel you. But she's taller than
but that allows her to box in a more comfortable range instead of being the damn towering inferno. And you can't really box unless a nigga got one eye or some shit.
Right.
So I mean, yeah. Hold on. I see all these niggas like, no, we know this ain't the real Bill Haney, bro. Like, Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I am you, yoga. I don't even know who the fuck is an H Money and Rap Star channel. Pat Scorpio, that's not a troll. That's actually Bill. He was on the Shine boxing too.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even y'all just naming random shit.
I know we met when we have multiple trolls, yo. It's just crazy, yo. And shout out to Perfenio, salute Perfenio, and I would want to be on that Netflix card too as a prelim too, as an undercard, nigga. I don't even need to be televised. Just let me on this motherfucking card, nigga. Like, I'll get paid. Yeah,
I'll hold a few doors. Let me see what I do. Mix for somebody. Let me just get paid. Let me get a little interview. Plug Ring Gang. Good.
Yeah, because everyone knows that Netflix money, that Netflix is different. You know, so like I said, it's amazing how Mike Tyson is still getting these bags, even well in his retirement. You know, motherfucker.
Because he's a character, bro. That's how you have to be in this game.
I mean, this is probably his biggest bag without anybody dipping into his pockets. You know what I'm saying? This day and age, like. And hopefully Jake didn't make his payday too good, where we're gonna see some fucking blasphemous shit. I'm just saying.
Because you don't know what's going on.
I got a bad feeling, dog. But
definitely shout out to Golden Boy for at least giving us an appetizer for what's coming up next weekend and stuff like that. Because this should set it off, and obviously we'll get into the monster card first. Because Lukey's here. Lukey, what's going on?
What?
What's good, Lukey?
I'm out here with my cat. Here, come back here. My cat's gonna show up. My cat, that's me talking.
Salute.
What's up with you guys, bro? Hit the subscribe button.
Salute.
Chill, man. We're about to go into this monster card before we, and then we'll go into the Canelo shit, bro. You know how we do. Do you have anything you want to add on to the Golden Boy? Because I know you had your thoughts on the Golden Boy card. Do you have any summary thoughts on that, bro?
Do I? I don't know. It was pretty boring. I was there live. Like, I don't think I do.
You thought it was boring? Really?
I mean, it was like, what fight wasn't? I mean, Marlon lost. Duarte beat up JoJo, but JoJo was tough. Vergil stopped Dulorme, and then we could finally talk about Tim Tszyu. Main event was pretty good, but I mean, as someone who's watched Jose for 10 years live, it does like the same guy, I don't know. It felt like the week after a pay-per-view card, like it felt like guys that we don't know what to do with, like what was it? Richardson Hitchens fought after a pay-per-view, and the card was like an assortment. That's this assortment of deals that are
it's decent, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah, I mean, either way, go ahead, Lukey.
This guy talking, like, I'm just saying, better than going to the local Harrah's and watching the guys from the gymnasium. But in terms of class, I mean,
ooh, you having technical difficulties.
Your connection.
Yeah, your connection, Lukey.
Card compared to like a pay-per-view type. I think I got to go into the house. I think my cell service. But yeah, bro, it was okay. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, well, at least we got your thoughts on that, though. But